Okay, let's watch Death Balls, and welcome back to a brand new video. And next Death Ball is, of course, here, and we're gonna watch and react. And it's Blade versus Buffy, Marvel versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm not really that familiar with them. I mean, I do know about Blade's existence, of course. I mean, he's the vampire hunter guy for Marvel. Aside from that, I don't really know much about him. Buffy, I know basically nothing about. Based on what I read in the last episode, I think she was something similar, had something to do with vampires too. I think, if I remember this correctly. I probably don't, but we'll see. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really interesting episode. But I don't really have much to say right now, so... Well, I could just ramble on for about 10 minutes or so. I'm gonna just make this part short, and let's go right into the analysis, because I need to learn who these characters are. So, let's get to it. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's gonna be a live action one? Yeah, you know what? I actually did hear something about that. I watched another video not too long ago. And yeah, I heard something about that actually. This was gonna be a live action. I totally forgot about that until I saw it now. That's gonna be interesting. This is the third live action episode.
Revenant, Nosferatu, vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood. Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day.
Blade.
Is that really his costume? Hang on. Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes.
I've not seen these movies.
The coolest superheroes ever.
You're supposed to have a movie in MCU by now, but it keeps getting delayed, so...
He is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares.
No, he did make a slight cameo in the Eternals movie. Pretty close. Very young. I mean, he didn't really see him, we heard him.
Doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself. Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks's mother was in labor, her
100 years old.
Turned out to
Man, he's been around for a while then.
Deacon Frost. And he drank her blood right before she gave birth. This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A Dampier, giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight. Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would rape the vampire plague for good. Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts, and his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stadt's castle exploding. He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses.
Whoa, okay, that can be quite useful.
Of magical energy.
I mean, if you go around hunting vampires for a living, then we'll be able to sniff them out. That's basically
yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter.
Big advantage.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So, for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes. By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, Kickboxing, Shotokan Karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman. Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by
maybe.
Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right there.
There's a lot of Draculas in there.
Blade would have to wage
the fictional world.
Nursing a wound.
Castlevania has Dracula. There is the Dracula. Apparently Marvel has their own Dracula. That's probably just scraping the surface.
He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations. Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium, a variant of the metal that is mass-producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's
Dang.
got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass.
Okay.
Like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its
Dang,
sentient bullets
that's,
chase its victims
freaky.
down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out. They can even hurt Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, you know, vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him
Okay,
even
so this
better
is
at
like
killing vamps. He's made a cottage
strength,
industry
but
out of
also his
whooping
greatest
Dracula's
weakness.
ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside
Ow.
out, Ant-Man style.
Okay, I don't think I wanna
Blade's
get on his
hatred of
bad side.
vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
Yeah. Ugh. Better watch out if you're
Today's
going up
battle
against
is
him.
sponsored by
Alright,
In
Buffy,
every
let's go.
generation, there is a chosen
Let's see who
one.
she is.
She alone will
What
stand
she can
against the
do.
vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only
No, probably
goals in
not,
life
but
were, in her own words,
that's probably what
graduate
makes
from high
them the
school,
savior
go
of
to Europe,
humanity.
marry
It's
Christian
probably
Slayer,
you
and
feel
die.
you
But that
least
would all
expect.
change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slaying, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her
Okay.
mom to move to
That's a big
Sunnydale,
oops.
California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, alright. Along with new
Dang,
Watcher
that creature
Giles,
looked like it was
Wallflower
coming-
Willow,
something coming
part-time
right out of
bad boy,
Aliens.
Part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby Gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels.
Wow, that is a lot of novels.
You've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it. When she fought an
Okay, so she has a lot of experience though, using with the weapons. Like the weapons on the sides there. Crossbow, knives, knives.
Judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing,
Grenade, I think I saw.
karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of armor,
Okay.
she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars,
okay.
but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies
Probably.
are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself
Sure,
to
let's call it
save
that.
the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss. Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence! This absolutely crushed Buffy, and ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
rough,
I probably
Buffy.
would have
But
done the
with
same
show
thing
renewed
too.
for more seasons,
I
she
know,
had to
boss,
nut
if we
up
were
and
in a hard
continue her
situation.
endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the First Evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The Slayer safe!
It's actually a Bardiche,
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
containing the essence
Okay.
of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient
What
demons.
makes it bullshit?
The scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Okay, I think I
Silas,
understand.
The devourer of
It's
worlds.
basically the
Like Galactus, but instead of chomping on
power
planets,
weapon.
he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Okay. Now this was interesting. Blade is definitely... Yeah, he's a beast. Definitely. But Buffy is not pushed away either. I mean, she had a really skill with a lot of weapons that I saw. Including that last weapon that I totally forgot the name on. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be the biggest reason for why she will win, I think. But she was skilled with a lot of weapons I saw. I think I saw something like about a grenade. What else did what else did I see in there? Let's see. Yeah, she was skilled with a lot of weapons. I think she's skilled with there was a lot of weapons in there. I think that she was pretty much skilled in. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I think the biggest thing going for Blade though might be that little the whatever they call it, the one that turns his enemies into vampires, so you can get some kind of big advantage against them. And then of course his sword skills is absolutely no denial that he is a really good sword fighter. Just watching the Marvel Zombies episode, or the Marvel Zombies episodes show. Marvel Zombies show, oh, wow, I can't speak. It was also really fun to see him in that. Of course, he was also, you know, with Moon Knight, so he got a little extra buff because of that. But yeah, Blade is awesome. It feels like makes it kind of more of a shame that we haven't seen the movie yet, but it keeps getting delayed, so we probably will see it in Phase 7, I guess, in the next whatever next phase is about. Probably the Mutant Saga or something. So it's gonna be interesting to see him when he finally appears inside the MCU, aside from having a cameo for his voice or, you know, in Marvel Zombies. So it's gonna be very fun to see him. Buffy did die though, but was brought back with the help of her friends or something, or I don't remember exactly what they said, but something the friends did or whatever that made her come back to life, and now she had like living in some kind of, you know, state where she wishes she will stay in that, basically. Yeah, and then she got her hands on that battle axe thing, and yeah, and apparently she was able to transfer some of her powers to other people. So I don't know if she is allowed to do that in the battle. It probably is. That can definitely become an advantage. But Blade fought gods, I think they said. You know, like cosmic gods or something, I think they said, if I remember correctly. So, because of that, he definitely has a big chance of winning this one. Buffy also had the whole thing about the what did they call it? The kind of universe little stuff, I think it was. With the whole energy thing she dropped into with the female character that I don't remember the name on. So I think that is definitely saying something about how durable she is. But at the end of the day, you know, I want Blade to win this one. But I feel Buffy could have it. But I'm gonna try and follow my gut feeling, and my gut feeling tells me that Blade is the winner. It could just be because I want him to win. So yeah, I'm gonna go on with Blade. That's gonna be my guess. But I can definitely see Buffy winning, just because of the axe weapon thingy alone. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Let's see who wins. Blade is gonna win, I hope and think. And let's get going. And let's not stop that recording. Okay, and let's go.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Yes, it's time for a death battle! Let's go! Alright. This is gonna be fun though. It's been a while since our last live action death battle too. The last one was Winter Soldier, I think. And then we had the first one, which was the one with Daredevil. So that's gonna be interesting to see how they do this one. Okay. I guess they're at a disco party or something. Or something happened with the girl being taken away. Okay, is that a blade? No, I don't think so. That's our blade, right? That's blade.
Long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten. You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember.
Okay, I like the setting of the story here. That's nice.
We take back what was always ours. Tonight, we feast.
There he is, boy.
And she. That's just a start.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, just play music, keep playing music like nothing is happening. I guess they're all vampires, huh? Oh, I gotta sneeze. That doesn't come. Okay, so far I'm not really playing each other, just playing the vampires. Okay, I guess they were all vampires. Oh, that looks bad from her point of view. Alright, fight!
Dude's just a kid.
Not anymore.
Yeah, this one is really well made though. Okay, I'm really invested in the story. So, because they really set up a story, which I really like. I like that when they do that. Need to do more of that. Give them a reason to fight.
You out your damn mind?
Oh, is he gonna overpower her? Kinda looks like it.
Amateur hour.
There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
He likes it how he keeps kicking his glasses away. Oh, that got hurt. Oh, that got hurt.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
Okay, this one lasts really long. You know what? I like that because it's really entertaining. Okay, are we getting to the climax? Who's gonna get the foul hit? Oh! That's not good for your blood. Oh my gosh, that was a brutal death. Okay, I guess I was wrong.
Looks like you got ahead of yourself.
Alright.
Oh,
Cool.
the Blade tenued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or
Yeah,
not,
I figured so
Buffy
too,
is
but I guess I was
actually in
wrong.
More comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles. A city over 5 times larger. You might be
Okay.
able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's
Sure.
significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, seems, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have
Yeah, I
more
think that will be a
personal
big
experience,
advantage for him
Buffy's
because that will
ability
make
to
him
draw
have
Slayer
more
battles dating back
experience.
to the
But
Stone Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly and just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It could easily deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium
Okay,
skeleton
so-
is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse devouring god, I think it could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage over the Daywalker.
all right,
I thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
all right. Congratulations,
Next time
Buffy.
on Death Battle.
Okay, so next. Okay, it's Dante, right?
Subscribe and
Yeah.
join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Man, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed this episode. Okay, let's go with the analysis. I really did enjoy this analysis. It was really fast-paced and really nice and interesting to listen to. They kept it really interesting. I kind of forgot about the whole shattering building part and bite for Buffy. I don't think that would have changed my outcome. But I was in the vein of maybe go towards it, but I won't play, because I don't know, bias, I guess. This was a really good episode. That I was gonna say over to the animation, but this is not animation. This is live action, and I really liked how they put this together. It was really well executed. Like, it had a story for while they were fighting. They were basically fighting vampires. They looked so bad from Buffy's point of view, though, when Blake killed that girl, who probably turned into a vampire, which is why he did it. Yeah, from his point of view, it was very much justified. But from her point of view, it looked so bad. It looks like he killed an innocent person who, well, I guess he technically did, but she was turning vampire, so but still, I think this was a really nice fight. I mean, this is the best live action fight I've seen so far from Death Battle. Wow, I really did enjoy this one because I really don't have anything bad to say about it. I really enjoyed the battle music too. It was so fitting in this situation. Yeah, it just was really fun to watch. Which makes me excuse me. It makes me curious about the next time though. We had let's see, it was Dante versus Clyde. Now that is Devil May Cry, which I did recognize him though. I've seen him in a few things, and I played the Devil May Cry series, but I did recognize the character. Versus Final Fantasy. I'm not good with Roman numbers, so XV. I don't know which number that is. You know what? Let's find that out. Sure. Roman numbers XV. 16. Okay, that's Final Fantasy 16. I see. So yeah, okay. And I played the. Actually, I really haven't played much Final Fantasy at all, really. I mean, I played Final Fantasy VII, the remake and rebirth, and I played a rhythm game from the 3DS. That's basically as far as my Final Fantasy knowledge goes. I never played the original Final Fantasy VII. I never played anything beyond the beyond 7. Because I'm pretty sure, honestly, can't the rhythm game, I guess, but that was only a demo, and then played the full game. I don't remember what it was called though, but it was on the 3DS, so I guess that gives you a general idea, you know. Then again, I have played a lot of Kingdom Hearts though, so I am really familiar with the Final Fantasy franchise due to that, at least to the extent where they appear. I mean, somewhat familiar with them, I guess you could say, because I'm mostly familiar with Cloud and Sephiroth, you know, because they're awesome. Plus, there's Smash Bros, and they have, you know, they basically steal the spotlight when they're up here in Kingdom Hearts 2, so yeah, I was wrong about this one, and you know what, that's okay. I just really enjoyed this episode. I think her win is definitely well deserved, but yeah, I can see Blade winning, you know, too. But I guess most of the time, Buffy is the one that wins this one, so that's okay. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this episode by posting down in the comments below. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this episode. I would like to hear it, and just be nice in the comments, you know? There's no reason to start flame wars with people. Just because, you know, you disagree with something they said. So with that said, I think that is that. I don't know when the next episode appears. I assume it will be in about 3 to 4 weeks time. But then again, I also thought this episode was gonna be like next week, so I guess it came a week early, which is fine. I mean, it's a great episode, so definitely worth it. So it's gonna be very interesting to see the next one, which makes you wonder: is the Ash Ketchum versus the Yu-Gi-Oh character episode coming in December? I mean, or is it really getting pushed to next year? Because if it gets pushed to next year, I think I would like to see it in February, just because that's Pokemon month, and that would be a perfect. Excuse me. And that would be a perfect time to release that particular episode. So, you know, will be fun though. I am really curious though. Is this gonna be like Pokemon versus Digimon, where it's just Ash and Pikachu versus the Yu-Gi-Oh and whoever ever is his main character, or most used, I guess, or if it's gonna be like 6-on-6, because that's something I'm really curious to see. I mean, I would like it to go 6-on-6 and, you know, with Pokemon style and that sort of thing. So like a Pokemon battle. Excuse me. I would like to see it go in a Pokemon style death battle, but you know, like a Pokemon battle. I would like to see a Pokemon battle style death battle. Wow, difficult to say that sentence. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one though. I hope it's soon, but take the time you need. So yeah. Props to everyone on the Death Battle team on this episode. It was really good. It was a really great episode. But that's it. I think I'm just gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys next time. Minishu96 signing out, and that's it. Bye.